We're here in Florida, in Lakeland, with Colonel George Hardy. He's a Tuskegee Airman. He flew 21 missions from Ramitelli, and he's also a veteran of the Korean War and Vietnam War. So I want to ask you, what is your feeling about the Tuskegee experience, about the legacy that the Tuskegee Airmen left for our generations?
Well, I never thought about flying until I was offered the chance. And then I went in and learned at Tuskegee. And I had never even driven a car until I went to pilot training, say. And so I learned by just listened to the instructors, I good instruction. And so I became a pilot and flew in 3 wars. So it was apparently worked.
In Ramitelli, we are trying to share and preserve the legacy of the Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah.
We unveiled a monument. We unveiled also a big mural in the central of the town, in the center of the town. So I want you to ask if you can give a hello to the Ramitelli people.
Hello. It was a wonderful time there. In fact, I was 19 years old. I was learning so much over there.
And have you ever met the local people, the Italian people?
No, I didn't really. I met some because we used to. What did I do? I would buy things from them. In fact, I used to buy eggs from them.
Oh, wow.
I used my cigarettes to get eggs. You know why? Because suddenly the military had powdered eggs. And I hated powdered eggs. See? So I would get fresh eggs from local people who would give me eggs. And then I could take them to the cook and have the cook cook them.
Yes, because the Ramitelli airfield was located in a rural zone. There were a lot of factories.
We had people who would come along to sell things. Or we'd ask them, where can we get them? And they'd get them. So I would get eggs from the local people.
What was your feeling about local people? You were...
I love just talking to them, learning how to speak. I used to be able to, that's how I learned to speak with the various people, I didn't know Italian until I got over there,
So maybe there was not discrimination in Ramitelli.
That's right. There was no discrimination.
It was different from the United States.
So I'd love to practice with talking to them, and buying things from them. I used to get cigarettes, and they wanted cigarettes too. And I didn't smoke, but I got a cigarette ration, so I would give them the cigarettes and get eggs. And it was one of those things. And I learned over there not to ride a motorcycle. I rode one over there and hit something and went one way, I went the other, and I've never been back on a motorcycle since.
I know, in the airfield you lived in tents, but now we are trying to restore the operational building in Ramitelli. My dream is to create a big museum there for the Tuskegee Airmen, dedicated to the Tuskegee Airmen. So we are trying to preserve your legacy.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. The Tuskegee Airmen was an experiment to start with.
Yes, I know.
They decided that blacks couldn't do this, but then they decided and they did a good job over there. In fact, they lost fewer airplanes than most of the groups. Because they stayed with the bombers,
Yes. Yes, you proved that all the detractors were wrong before, during, and after the war.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a great story. It's the story of the double victory against Nazism and against discrimination.
Yeah.
It's something.
So I was in the service when they eliminated racial discrimination in 1949.
When you come to Ramitelli in 1944?
I was Ramitelli in 45.
45. Okay.
I got over there. I was one of the next to the last group to arrive over there. 1945. I was just 19 years old. I'd finished flying training.
So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your time. I hope to see you again. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope so too.